We also have a lot of people in our area with Dominion Power, and the big question we're hearing, as Lorenzo said, is when is my power going to come back on?
Right, and we are joined this morning by Rodney Blevins. He's the Vice President of Distribution Operations for Dominion Virginia Power. He's going to answer your questions about power this morning. Rodney, thank you so much for joining us.
Glad to be here.
A lot of people want to know one question, and one question is, when am I going to have my power back on?
Well, when we came in this time yesterday morning, we had 1 million customers out of lights across our service territory. This morning, it's south of 650,000, so 350,000 over the last day have already got their power back on. But we're working diligently. We expect to make another big push today, and we'll be there until we get everybody back on.
And some of these questions we're asking were people coming from our Facebook page. One was priority. How do you determine whose lights are going to be cut on first?
Right now, yesterday was very much about getting the critical customers back on that communities need, 911 centers, medical facilities, things of that nature. And we still have some work to do there today. But we're getting into where we can restore large blocks of customers. Obviously, if we can make a repair of one device, one cross arm, and get 1,000 customers on versus 100 customers, that's the right thing for us to do right now.
There's so many people without power. Do you have enough workers to handle it all? I mean, we're hearing news of people coming in from other states, power crews to help out.
Absolutely. There are millions out across the Northeast, and we have great industry cooperation. We've been able to bring crews in from across the South and across the Midwest. All of our resource requests have been met by our peer utilities, and we feel like we have over 6,000 people either in the field or en route to get involved in this restoration effort.
And another question we're getting is that hotline number, the DOM help number. Some people are saying they call and they're told my lights are going to be cut on at a certain time, and then when those lights aren't on, they're frustrated all over again, or they can't get through on that line.
First of all, we appreciate everybody's patience, whether they have an estimated restoration time or not. But what we try to do is when we have a crew working on a repair, we try to create a restoration time to say when we're done with this, when the customers beyond this location should come back on. Now, unfortunately, there's other damage sometime on to our facilities, and everybody doesn't. But we feel like it's our responsibility that if we think we can get customers' lights on at a certain time, to share that information. Unfortunately, for some folks where there's additional damage, it might not be right, and we're sorry for that.
I know that you have to go where the need is the greatest first, and so some people in the rural areas are going to be maybe have to wait a little bit longer. What if those people find a tree or something down on those power lines? Can they safely cut that thing up, or should they wait for Dominion to come along?
Absolutely not. This the challenging thing with an event like this, and I'm sure any emergency manager would tell you this, is about the public safety component. You have to we treat every power line as if it's energized until we go through a process to prove it otherwise, and customers should do the same thing. They should let us do that work, call us at 1-866-DOM-HELP, and we'll take care of it.
And another question that I saw on Facebook as well is the assessment planning. You were doing it yesterday and you're doing some of it today. And one guy said you knew the storm was coming, so why are we making a plan now? Why didn't we have a plan before the storm?
We planned for a long time before the storm, and you know, this was such a big storm, and wind fields extended so far out from the center of it. The damage assessment phase is about us looking at what repairs need to be made once the storm has passed. But to answer the question, the original question, which is when are my lights going to come on? And by noon today, we expect to be completed with that damage assessment in such a way that we'll be able to predict the end of restoration.
Is that a priority when you say damage assessment? Is that we're going here first, here second, here third? Is that what that means?
It's more on a global scale of how much work do we have to do and how many people do we have to do it and when can we finish this thing. It's that simple.
You're getting a lot of help from outside, so that's going to help out a lot too. All right, one of these Dominion representatives that are here called you the quarterback of this operation. So we're going to hope that the quarterback scores a touchdown here, gets a lot of people back with their electricity. Rodney Blevins from Dominion Virginia Power, thanks again for joining us.
Thanks, Rodney. All right.